Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel, Sherwin Vibes, where I just vlog. I'm new to this, so I'm learning everything. I like to create. I have a Teespring. I have, well, now it's spring. Items. I have journals on Amazon. So I will try to do some videos. I might even try to create some templates or something like that, so it can help anybody that would like to learn how to make their own journals on. If you got a big fan base, you should have no problem with selling on your journal. It's just learn how to just sit down, take time, and have patience to do it. But I just want to say welcome back and Happy New Year. I hope y'all had a wonderful New Year. So we're gonna keep on pushing. Today is like the 7th of the month or something like that, y'all. My tripod, I don't know what's going on with it, y'all. I'm gonna raise it back up. It started tripping. I don't know. I have another one somewhere, but I have to find it because, you know, I'm not actually. I'm gonna be where I'm at, if that makes sense, to y'all. Because right now the enemies work so tough that it was like all that effort that I put in to get my deck cleared and everything, I have had that double. So we're gonna start out talking positive no matter what. We're gonna say it like this. Everything that I pay out is gonna come back to me double. Everything y'all try to take from me, God gonna bring it back to me double. So I'm not worried about it. I mean, y'all, I done got hit with a $7,000 apartment situation from having to move out that apartment. And then the house that we were staying in temporarily, I got hit with another $9,000. So y'all do the math. Not to mention I already had a personal loan that was rocking around 7,000. So you don't want that kind of debt. You want that kind of debt. And the enemy's trying to make me go in and start 2026 in debt. But the God I serve, I know I'm not gonna be any long. You know, I'm just not. I'm not. So the enemy is trying his best to try to, discourage. And I'm here to let y'all know, don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Like I said, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on with this tripod. 1 minute it'll stay, and 1 minute it won't. Y'all see that? So I apologize, y'all. 1 minute it'll stay up, and the next minute it won't. So, it's going down. I don't have no way to hold it. But y'all see my head. I'm gonna have to work. I'm not gonna perm it. I'm just gonna wash it real good and probably blow dry and flat iron. I might flat iron. I don't know. I just gotta get some stuff. I mean, y'all just keep me in your prayers because the enemy is trying to shut me down. I mean, to do your T move, you gotta have your stuff come to you. Right now, I don't have an address. I can't even get a P.O. box right now because it's going to cause too much confusion. If I get a P.O. box and go and change all my mail to the P.O. box, then people going to be sending stuff to that P.O. box, that mailbox. So right now I'm just going to have it sent to one of my kids' addresses, anything and everything, and they're going to have to open it up and send me a picture of it. Pretty much because, I don't know. Things start tripping as soon as at first I had to clear out storage off the phone. And then now I'm having to deal with the tripod sliding. And the other tripod, I don't know where it's at. I don't, because when they started packing and putting stuff up, they would just put it everywhere. You know how people are. They started just putting it wherever they could put it at, where they didn't have to deal with it. And like I said, I don't know why this thing is tripping like it is. There it go. Ooh, Lord. It's probably just me. Because trust and believe. And then I put on my phone. You can't see it, but it says something wonderful is going to happen to me today. Let me see if I can get to go back. Something wonderful. Y'all start saying that. Something wonderful is going to happen to me today. I don't know if it'll let you see it. Something wonderful is going to happen to me today. At night now I'm doing something. I'm learning some new stuff from some people. How to hold on to the thought or the vision that I see it as though it has already. Just like they say, if you get up and you act like something has happened, and it'll come to pass. So at a point now that I hold on to that thought every night before I go to bed, and I see myself with whatever I have um, heard, envisioned, and know what God has for me. I'm not gonna say what all that is right now because y'all know the enemy is getting stronger because we see what's going on in the world. The enemy is getting stronger, but when you start praying about it in the right way, they'll lose that grip. They'll lose that strength. They'll lose that power and that ability that they have. Don't give them no power. Don't keep giving them no strength. Don't keep giving them, when you acknowledge it and, and it's like, well, yeah, you are speaking in the present of what's actually happening. But then you got to back that up and say, but God. But God. Because they don't have no control over him, And that's where they try to weaken us in our belief in our faith and attacking us in our belief in our faith is to make, is to try to put that fear in you. And you can't let them put that fear in you. But so far, like I said, I'm going to be where I'm at because they literally have me. I have to do what God already told me I have to do, for me to have my own, you know what I'm saying? Because the enemy has truly, give me a minute. The enemy has attacked everything that I was even a second chance place denied me. A second, I'm just using this, see it? It might be backwards, but it's the ordinary. Even a second chance place, y'all, denied me to be able to stay. Yeah, a second chance. And we would, but it's okay. It's like it's cool. Y'all can deny me all y'all want to, because I know what God has planned for me. I know what God has said I need to do for me, and where I need to be. And I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to do some kind of like little mold things and stuff coming in. I can't do that. I can't do that. Work on the neck. Got the exercise and everything. But yeah, I got denied with a second chance place. Even what I've learned on this end is that they have places that you have to pay people to, co-sign for you. I didn't know. And I realized that that's a lot going on this end. So they co-sign for you, and you have to pay them a fee. Well, some of them charging, they charge you the month's rent, whatever the month's rent is, plus they charge you their fee for helping you, and then they charge you every month a fee for the term of that lease. Don't nobody have no money like that. The work I'm doing is seasonal. And I'm trying to learn that to create my own business from because I have license, I have state license. So that's going to take in itself, having to pay out to learn, to even get to a point where I have my own website set up, to all that. And that's some serious business. That ain't nothing to play with. That's something that can put you in the penitentiary. You don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Especially because I'm paying your money, your taxes, and and stuff like that you have to pay. I don't have time about trying to put me in no jailhouse. It's enough of these people trying to put me in the jailhouse over these apartment rent and house rent. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, I don't know what it is. And they got stirred up at even on the job. It's like you're dealing with bullies. You're dealing with people once they see what you making or what you made. Then all of a sudden every time you turn around, you off. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no choice because if you're not getting no service, if you're not getting you're not being able to do anything. Them people only paying you just be sitting there doing nothing. That's understandable. But that's not your fault. They decided what they wanted to allow you to be able to do on that platform. And there's nothing that you can do but do what they give you to do. And when there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. So that means that you're going to have to be clocking out early. You know what I'm saying? But that hurt that payroll because, I had to take my last paycheck or so. I had the last two. I had to pay for the stuff out of the stores that they had put a $400 charge on. I had to, get a truck for us to be able to move their stuff and everything, pay for them for their deposit, everything. Because my other two kids, they got approved. My son, he has his life going on wherever he at, so they all got things going or whatever. But I had to help in the process of that, So I'm where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Be where I'm at. They like, Mama, don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. Because, I know it's God would tell me, this ain't where I want you at. I want you where I want you at, and I want you to have what I want you to have. I want you to do what I want you to do, and you're going to do just that. And no matter what nobody like or not, So I'm not here. I'm not going to be on here that long, y'all. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to get to working on the journals, and so y'all might hear me talking, and I'm going to be working on the journals because I got to get the notebook loaded up. And right now, they will be doing something or whatever. And I was like, everywhere I noticed that everywhere where I have been lately, even from the house I moved from and where I moved from, they're always messing with the water. What are they doing with the water? And it's like everywhere they have to take a whole day and cut the water off for a whole day and mess with the water. And it's like, what? Y'all ain't had to bother mess with this water until all of a sudden when I move in or move in the area or move somewhere near, y'all want to cut the water off and start messing with the water. Y'all pray about that because I don't know what that is, but you know, I'm doing what I can to stay prayed up. Like I said, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe if y'all don't mind supporting my channel. I do have the super thanks. Yeah. I'm learning because I don't know nothing about all this stuff. I do have spring. I have some items, and I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get that stuff ordered and sent to me because for me doing the videos, I have had to stop my Temu again. I have literally had to stop, and it's like they don't want me to make no money. They're attacking the job now. Where every time I turn around, folks on there asking to be off and whatever because it's slow. And then next thing you know, boom. I looked up all my overtime, was took off my payroll yesterday. Not payroll, but off my whole week. I have, all the overtime was taken off after they looked and saw my schedule. When I was asking the question, I had to ask the question. Didn't have a choice because the time, having to calculate the time for my time that I have to be at work to the time that they have me scheduled to be at work. So they took my overtime. They took my overtime off, so that hurt. You know, um, I helped with them getting taking care of this month. I gotta help get the car towed back, and then when we got there, y'all. They towed the car the day before Thanksgiving, day or two before Thanksgiving. They towed the car from where it was sitting at. Car wasn't obstructing nothing, wasn't in the way, no none of that. Somebody personally, whoever, had them tow that car. So it's in Houston. We have to get it towed. I got, matter of fact, right now I got to get off here and call a couple of places and talk to them and see what they say um, as far as being able to release it. So when we get it, we got to get it towed here. And then she said that I think the apartments where she's at, they told her, or they sent a message or something in her email, something saying that you can't have like people come around, mobile mechanics come around to fix your vehicle. It's like y'all come up with all kind of rules, regulations, and stuff. When these people, you just gonna come work and go, find out what's wrong with the vehicle, break, fix it, and go about their business. So that's gonna make her have to put the car in a shop when it get here. And I'm already rolling up on like the last 3-4 weeks of employment. So I don't know how far it's gonna go past February the 8th, and that's one of my baby's birthday. So it's like, I know y'all trying to break my faith, but you're not gonna do it. Because I don't really know this area. Where I moved from, it was like I knew that too well. Even though I didn't grow up there, my kids did. But I was there about 30 years. So it became too familiar. You know what I mean? It's like there was nothing or nowhere in the city that was like, surprise, it's a new area, or area you want to live in, and just, have land and all that, whatever. At first, for a while, when my kids were younger, it kind of felt like that. But as they got older and things started changing, it was like, it's like I can just see the whole city. And it's like, no, this ain't where I want to put no, I don't want to buy no land, and. So I'm just gonna keep working on that. But like I said, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Support if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. We're not gonna start that, and we're gonna think positive. Like I said, the positive. It's not a positive affirmation. This is speaking into existence. Something good is gonna happen to me today. Something wonderful. That's it. Something wonderful is gonna happen to me today. Say it every day. Something wonderful is gonna happen for me today. Believe that. And at night when you're ready to go to bed, envision yourself as if it has happened. Whatever it is you want to happen. Envision it as it has happened, and you speak it as though it has happened. Heavenly Father, thank you for this immediate financial blessing of X amount of dollars that I have received. And you start saying it that way, your health. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for your supply. Now, I learned that from Miss Bertha. Yes, and Miss Bertha on TikTok. I learned that from Miss Bertha. I've learned how to start speaking to my body. I'm trying to learn a lot of things and applying that, and just I'm excited to I heard Pastor I'm trying to learn that Mana and his wife. I'm subscribed to her channel, their channel. Her channel, their channel, whatever they how you want to say it. And I watched his service. I joined the service for the watch on Sundays. Well, I was watching like 3 or 4 of them when I could because I'm scheduled to work on Sundays, not Saturdays, but Sundays. After I requested Saturday and Sunday, my days are split. I have a Thursday and a Saturday off, and he's talking in series, and he was talking about tithing and offering, and he broke it down and put the scripture in there, and he made it clear, because I always felt like when it come to me, people looked at me like she don't need nothing, and that's the attitude that I've always had to deal with. Is she don't need nothing. So it got me to a point that I already would never ever ask anybody for anything anyway. I mean, it was put in me to work and sweat your brown, earn your wages, not beg and ask nobody for nothing. And that it wasn't never ask. Don't ask too much if you need help. Kind of try to make sure you stand on your own and do what you got to do. Nothing like that. It was just basically don't be begging and asking nobody for nothing. And hearing that the way I heard it was like you're never welcomed, or it's never right for you to ask people for help, no matter what it is. And all people that I have come across have had that attitude, pretty much. If you can't give me something for something, you're not going to get nothing. Or don't ask me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn how to make it by the grace of God, with God and God only. So that I always tell my kids, don't mess with my faith. Because I know what God has brought me out of, not ever having that help. And if it was help that was obligated help or old help or whatever, it still was a problem. Because even little child support was, it's been so many different amounts, it's not funny. I think now they put it down to $66 or $60 or something like that. And they've even stopped that, or whatever. So, it's the way they said it, the case was, and I'm like, what? The way the case was, was done. It's basically like I don't have no say. They just choose to do whatever they want to do. They can send me what they want to send me whenever they send it. They send it. I didn't have no say on the amount it should be or whatever because of the way the divorce was done or however they said that was set up or done. So it's like, okay, so that's my proof of what I'm saying. But when he was talking about tithes and offering, I remember a time that the time that I had other family members, I would see them, they get a little change. And I mean, it's like people just breaking their knuckles to put their little change that they gave them to take to church and put in there for them, because they had, drug issues and all this kind of stuff. And I remember sending $10 one time for them to put in the offering plate for me. It never made it, came back to me. They sent it back and told me to keep it. So, I've never had that real good experience in church. I got pinched in church. That's why I don't like hair pieces. Y'all might like, what the hair piece had to do with it? As long as my hair was, I still liked a little, I don't know what you call it, like a little ponytail clamp. And it, had the really pretty little curls and stuff in it or whatever. And it was a bun. It was like a little bun. And my hair is way more than what that bun was, what it is now. But it wasn't thin, because 1 minute my hair would be long and the next thing I know, it's broke off. And I asked my mama, whatever, could I put her bun on? So I stuck the little bun on. I think she said, yeah, I don't know if she did or not. But anyway, I had the little bun stuck on the back of my head. And I had this cute, long, green dress on. And it was a group of people came from, I think from like Lubbock and some Oklahoma somewhere, you know how they do, and traveling and singing and stuff like that. So they were guests at the church that night. And y'all, I'm just tell y'all the truth. When I say Satan was working, Satan was working. Tell me why all of a sudden this little hairpiece started sliding, a comb started sliding out of my head. Nobody touched me. The people in the bench behind me was like little kids, even that was back. And nobody touched me. And my niece and other little kids was beside me. My mom was on the side of me with my nephew or whoever she was holding or whatever, because I was a little kid at the time too. I wasn't a little kid, but I think I was like maybe 14, 15 at the time. And I'm sitting there watching the people sing and everything. That's how I know this thing started sliding. So I try to put my hand where I could catch it and hold it. Y'all, that thing with the sliding. And you know how old folk is in church. You don't be doing all that fidgeting and moving and all that kind of stuff. Every time you turn around, they're trying to hit on you. They're trying to, stop all that, be still, listen to them. They want you to hear everything the pastor's saying, like you're going to remember all that, And she reached over y'all and pinched me. I got out of church. I ran. It wasn't across the train tracks, which is crazy. But I ran across the train tracks, ran to the house. I was so hurt. I just got up under the cover, y'all, and just laid there for a little while. And then finally, that's time I was asleep. So, that's why I don't like hair pieces. I love to see them on everybody else, but I don't want none on me. Not no hair piece, not no weave, not no wig, no nothing. Plus, I get headaches. As you can see, I got a lot of hair on my own head. But that's my truth. But I love to see everybody else fix them up, hook them up, and everything. I don't know how to do with them anyway. But that was my bad experience. So from that point on, y'all, I ain't like no hair, I ain't like no wig, no weave, no nothing since then. I know that may sound crazy, but we all have our stigmas. We all have things that happen to us that and that's just the way it is. So I ain't never liked them. But anyway, y'all just pray for me. I'm gonna be all right. And like I said, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you can support my channel, please do. And y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. And y'all continue to have a blessed and wonderful year. I don't know, I always talk like that. But y'all continue to have a blessed and wonderful year. Like I said, I'm gonna get this tablet charged up. And I gotta make a phone call, and I got to get the tablet charged up. And I'm gonna do the freeway first because I haven't paid mine. I want to set it up where I can pay for Canva the Pro. I have to wait till I get paid. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was listening to Pastor Mona. Thank you, Heavenly Father. I was listening to Pastor Mona's message about tithing, so I'm excited because my first paycheck will be set up where I start paying my tithes off of what I do make. And I believe that is a real praying family. The whole, church, everybody. I really do believe, because I have sent my tithes and offerings to other churches online because I couldn't attend. And I know the devil make things get harder, make things get worse. But still something just seemed off. You know what I mean? And when I heard that part again, that, prove him, be obedient. and prove him. See what he will do for you when you be obedient. Because listen to so much negativity and then struggling to pay tithes or offerings or give anything, it just seemed like it got worse. It was like, this ain't right. You know, it's not supposed to get harder. You know, and it was. It was getting harder and harder and harder. Um, so I'm excited to get paid. Even though I had pulled money off that check before I even get it. With that my pay stuff. But y'all pray for me. You know, God gonna make a way, and what he has planned for me, it's gonna come to pass. Even though the enemy is working right now, like I said, I'm not on a lease anywhere. I'm not supposed to be. I'm supposed to be buying. I'm supposed to be a lender, not a borrower. So, and I've always believed that, you know, because I know the word. So, y'all just pray for me, and like I said, and um, he gonna work it out. Right now, I'm here waiting on them to do whatever they gotta do and everything. But it's nerve wracking because you don't know from day one. I mean, from day to day, how things are gonna be day to day. So y'all share my videos, and the enemy is watching me. Like I said, I don't want to be on here too long, but I'm gonna get off here, y'all. For real, I'm off this time. So y'all pray for me, and y'all have a blessed and wonderful day.